Hi everyone, welcome back to today's video. For today, I'm going to be showing you a cute little friendly kind of Valentine's Day card. I love this Fortunate to Know You stamp set, and I just wanted something really simple. If y'all couldn't tell by my past few videos, simple is my theme right now. So I wanted some really simple cards that made a really big impact. So I think this one is just absolutely adorable. I love it, and I can't wait to show you guys today. So to start off, let's run through everything you're gonna need for this card. It's really basic, which is why I kind of love it. So like I said, we're gonna be using the Fortunate to Know You stamp set. We're gonna use the little takeout box as well as this Hello Friend stamp. Super convenient. Oops, I forgot one thing. For ink, we're gonna be using our basic black archival ink. I'm also going to be using my Real Red Stampin' Right marker. I have our fine tip glue pen, which we're going to be using with a really fun technique, as well as our glitter and clear epoxy shapes. I love those. And then for paper, we're going to be using a piece of Real Red cardstock, which is cut at 4.5 by 5.5. Sorry, that's a lie. 5.5 by 8.5. That's what I meant to say. Just your normal standard size card base. Oh my goodness, why can I not talk? Okay, next we're gonna be using some of this glimmer paper, and this is from the Miss and Magic 6x6 glimmer paper pack. So I just took this. This piece is cut at 4 inches by 5.25. And then I have a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock, which is cut at 3 3/4 by 5 inches. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is go ahead and stamp our images. So I'm just going to take my basic black, and I'm going to start with my little takeout box here, and I'm just going to get this nice and inked up. And I think that looks good. And we're going to be stamping this in the left-hand corner. So you have a straight edge right here, and when I first did this, my natural instinct was to stamp that straight line perpendicular parallel to the side of my piece of Whisper White, but you actually want to turn it a little bit, and you want that line to be at an angle. So I'm going to stamp this pretty close to the left-hand corner, but again, you want that side right there to be an angle down from the side of your Whisper White. Peel that up. Perfect. See? Adorable. And then we're going to take the stamp that says Hello Friend, and we're going to stamp this in the bottom right corner. Super cute. So now I'm going to take my heat tool. Actually, let me close on my ink pad. I'm going to take my heat tool, and I'm just going to zap this for like 10 seconds maybe, just because I want my basic black ink to be super dry. Okay, now that my ink is dry, I'm gonna bring in my Stampin' Right marker, and all I'm gonna do is color in this little heart. I just wanted to give the card a pop of color. We're gonna be using red for the card base, but I wanted to kind of tie those two in together. So I just went ahead and grabbed my Stampin' Right marker, and I'm just gonna fill in this little heart. We are gonna do something fun with this heart too, so I feel like it kind of brings everything together, and it makes it really pretty. So one thing that I would suggest is to color your heart a lot darker than you're going to want to, because it's going to lighten up when we do the little technique that I have. So again, I'm going to zap this for like 2 seconds because I want to make sure that this ink is dry. Okay, so now that we have this, you could leave it just like this and not do the next steps, and it would be an absolutely adorable card. But I'm going to take it up a notch and do a fun little technique. So I'm going to take my fine tip glue pen, and I've actually showed this in a video a long time ago, I think. I'm going to take my fine tip glue pen, and I'm not going to use it to glue anything. I'm actually going to fill in this heart with the glue, and it's going to end up drying clear, and it gives just a nice little raised look to the heart, and it just looks absolutely adorable. I love doing this using our fine tip glue pen. It's just one of my favorite techniques, because I have this lying around, so it's super easy to just add a little bit of dimension to a project, and it just takes it from one spectrum to the next, and it just looks awesome. Now, the one thing with this is that it does take quite a bit of time for this to dry, so I'm going to set this off to the side, but I've actually created another one just so that we didn't have to sit around and wait forever. As you can see, here, let me bring this in. As you can see, my two hearts are very different colors. It lightens a lot. So if you want a super, super dark red, you might want to go over it a few times. Really, because we're putting the fine tip glue down, it's going to eat up some of that pigment, and it's just going to lighten it up just naturally. So that's kind of what happens. So you could try to prevent that by putting a little bit more ink than I do. I don't mind it that much. It's still a heart. You can still tell what we're trying to get at. So I like to do it this way. Not a big deal. So I did this one a little bit ago, and my little heart's dry so that I can go ahead and manage it now. I need to grab my poker because I'm going to go ahead and grab our little epoxy shapes here. Now, you could also do, if you didn't have the epoxy shapes, you could take the fine tip glue pen and make a couple of dots on here, and you would get the same effect. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the epoxy shapes, but that is an option if you didn't have these and you wanted to go ahead and make this card. You could just take the fine tip glue pen and create the couple of dots that I'm about to put down to, excuse me, to give it a little bit more texture and some fun. But this is what I'm going to do. So I'm actually going to take the glittered shapes, and I'm just going to put a couple of these down in some random spots. It just gives the card a little something extra, I think, and it gives it some more playfulness. Because it is a pretty simple card, I wanted to do something and give it some more interest in a couple places so it's not just so heavy on the bottom, if that makes any sense. Let me do that, and I think that's perfect for me. That's what the pattern that I did on my sample, and I really, really, really like it. So now I'm going to flip this over. I'm actually going to use fast fuse, and you want to make sure you use fast fuse or some strong adhesive because we are putting this piece down on our glimmer paper. Snail doesn't stick very well, so I would highly recommend using something other than snail to adhere this down. Okay, and again, you want to make sure that your heart is really, really dry before you do this. Now, you could assemble everything and then fill the heart in with the glue. I just end up doing it this way because I think it just works a little bit better. But you could do it the other way if you want to. And then we're going to adhere this down onto our glimmer paper. I just wanted to do the glimmer paper on the back because I feel like it gives it a little something extra. It's not just plain white on a piece of red cardstock. You do have a little bit of shimmer and fun to kind of mix it up a little bit. And then we're going to put some more fast fuse on the back, mainly because I just have it sitting here. You don't have to use fast fuse to adhere the glimmer paper down, but because I have it, I'm going to go ahead and use it. And then all we have to do is adhere this onto the front of our card, and we are done. Super, super cute. I love it. It's so simple and so easy to do. Like I said, the hardest part is waiting for this to dry. And other than that, it's really, really simple, really, really easy. I think this is a great Valentine's card to give to like some friends. Because it's not too like mushy gushy for a friend, but it's also still Valentine's Day-esque. So I really, really, really love this one. I hope you guys enjoy. As always, you can purchase any of these products 24/7 just by going to littlemooncreation.stampinup.net. If you want to see the coordinating blog post with my little tidbit and hear a little bit more from me, you can visit littlemooncreation.com or the first link in the description box below. And other than that, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!